So this video is really something that has been coming up a lot recently in my life. And I think this is kind of me going back and thinking about how I've gotten to this place where I'm at, where I've reached over, I think now 300 subscribers within the past 70 days. I got shouted out by Naval, and I've also been able to create a community and attract individuals that I have always wanted to connect with. I'm building my dream empire. I'm building my dream business, and on top of that, I have my wife and my child, and so I'm thinking to myself and asking myself, okay, so where do I want to take this? And it keeps coming back to, like, I'm in these circles that have to do with business, right? Like, the Alex Hermosis and and for example, right now, the school games. Like, I have my school community, and and I know I've been in the business circle for a few years now because I've learn about business, and I want to create my own business. So I have gotten to know a lot of these people in the space. But as I come back to myself and I reflect on my practices and who I truly am at the authentic level, I realize that I don't want to play those games. And I think one of the main things that I want to emphasize is this idea that having to prove yourself. I think even I battled with this recently, but I've been able to become more aware of it, where I feel like I have to prove myself to people so that they can listen to me. And and it's happened, like in the past, where I feel like I have to prove my worth to people, or my abilities or my skills. Like, I have to show that to the world, and I don't. And it goes back to kind of like my relationship to social dancing, but it also goes back to my relationship to my business, and it also applies to a lot of the business advice. Like Alex Ramosi, for example, like, he talks about how you need to show the proof. Like, people are not going to pay attention to you. They're not going to want to buy from you if you can't show the proof. And of course, when you're trying to sell a specific thing, like, it's great to have proof of what you've done. And I think his main point is probably more focused on, hey, you guys want to make this business, but it's not going to happen within a day. It's going to happen over years of you being able to bring up these stories, these transformations. And the best proof you can find it within yourself. And I think his advice is solid in that end. But when it comes to, like, your feeling of fulfillment and your feeling of progression, specifically a feeling of progression where you feel like you're realizing a worthy ideal, like you're getting closer to your success. And when it comes to that, I think that a lot of people struggle with this idea that they need to prove themselves. Like, I'm not there yet. I gotta show the world that I'm there. I gotta show the world that I have a good idea. I gotta show the world that what I have to say matters. I gotta show the world my wins. I gotta show the world what I'm doing, what I'm about. And I've been doing that. I've kind of been in that mindset. But slowly, I've just been drawing myself away, and kind of like even disconnecting myself from the business space. Like, I see there's another creator that creates content, not like me, because obviously nobody is like me, you know what I'm saying? But he creates content around, like, meditation and beingness and spirituality. And you can tell that he's got his community is growing. It's like over 100. And if you're watching this, then you know who you are. But I was just thinking, I was like, dude, I don't know. I saw his post on school. Like, he posted on the school community. If you guys don't know what school is, it's just a place where you can build communities. It's There's been this big craze over building communities. Alex Ramosi has been pushing it. So I have my school community, but I decided to just start it, and I only want to start it because it makes sense in terms of a transformative standpoint. It's a great way for me to help people at a closer level than just creating content on YouTube. So, like, there's been this big craze, and this whole community, and all they're talking about is how to grow. They're sharing their wins. They're talking about how they're getting the numbers, how they're making the X amount of money, and I just don't want to be a part of that anymore. And and it's almost like I would go there for advice. Like, I'd go to the calls, and this is what I used to do. I'd pay for coaching. I'd go to the calls, and and it's almost like that would be something that I would do because I felt like that would make me feel like I'm progressing. But what I realized is that the majority of the time, like the reason I do the things that do like that is because I'm trying to prove to myself that I'm on the right track. I want that validation. And I realize now it's like I have people joining my community who really want to talk to me, who really like what I have to say. And some of these people, they just really resonate with what I'm saying. Like there is no necessity for proof. Like for example, even creating YouTube videos, creating content, a lot of people try to make it out to be this big thing where you have to have a specific type of gear, a specific kind of camera. You have to have a specific kind of personality. And YouTube gurus will talk about it. YouTube coaches, they'll give you the mathematics, they'll give you the techniques. But I just think that at this point, I've learned everything that I need to know, and there's nothing else for me to do except just post and just create my vision. And I realized that, maybe you have to be crazy enough to believe that your idea is good, because if you're creating something new, you have to have that desire to like actually manifest that thing and believe that it can happen, and only because you believe that it can. Like you have to be that crazy. You have to have that fervent desire to manifest that thing into this world. And for me, I've been kind of refining and refining and thinking about what is it that I'm actually creating, because I have content, I have my YouTube channel, but what is it that I'm intentionally creating and bringing into this world? And it has to do with something different. It's something completely different. It has nothing to do with making money and like, yes, it has nothing to do really with making money. I think right now, the way I see it, at the end of the day, business is about service, and I want to be able to do what I want to do. Like I want to have that business that I have in my mind. Like I see myself leading a group of people who are very tapped into their gifts, who are very tapped into their potential, and who want to create and make waves, who want to create a new world. And so I don't need proof for me to do that, and I think a lot of times as a creative, you might be watching me as a creative or somebody, you have that desire that you want to bring into this world, you have something that you want to bring into reality. You don't need proof. You just have to believe in yourself. And I'll tell you something that, like, this is why I love spirituality so much, because it allows me to feel like I have value regardless of what the external world says or does. Like if you think about it, spirituality has allowed me to tap into my gifts that are not extrinsic, they're intrinsic gifts that I've come into this world with, or I've developed through experience and dedication. So I have my body and nobody can take that away from me. I have my mind and nobody can take that away from me. And so spirituality and psychology have allowed me to understand these gifts, these tools that I have, and gain more of my power back. So I don't need proof. Like most often we need proof in order to validate an idea. We need proof in order to go after the thing. Like we believe we need that proof, but we don't need to prove anything. Like we think, so first off, we think that we need proof in the sense that, hey, your idea is good, go do it. We want that proof, that we want that validation from people. But we also, proof in the sense of like, I need to get proof, I gotta prove to someone that what I'm doing is right, that what I'm doing is worth it, that what I'm doing is valuable. And I realized that even like, I think people approach marketing that way too. They approach it in the sense of like, how can I show to people that what I'm doing is cool? How can I show to people that what I'm doing is worth it? How can I show to people that what I'm doing is for them? And like there's this whole thing that has been made in the marketing world, which is basically mostly fluff, which is like make these cool things, make it look a specific way, make it sound a specific way, do like this and that, funnels, click funnels, metrics, etc. But at the end of the day, I think about it like this. Think about it, it's simple. Like if you just be yourself and you just tell people, hey, this is what I'm looking to create, this is what I want to do, this is what I'm doing, they'll tell you whether they want to be a part of it or not. And the thing is that simple. And so like you don't need to prove to anybody that what you're doing is valuable. And I think a lot of people need to hear this, because to pursue your dreams, like even myself, I honestly feel like deleting my Instagram account just because of the people that I have on there. I just like they don't respond to my shit. You know, like I post my story, but they don't respond to it. You know, like I post about what I'm passionate about. I post about my dreams, my desires, what I'm doing in the moment, and I don't really see any growth on there in terms of like engagement. And I get more engagement through my YouTube channel. And I think about it, it's like I feel like I want to restart, but at the same time, I'm gonna keep it for now just because I think it's more so I want to be able to just post and not worry about it. So I don't want like I think that's something that I'm battling internally, but that battle is a reflection of where I'm at because I'm thinking about all the people that are still around me and they're still watching me from years past. Even I'm even like trying to ditch my past social dancing podcast just because I don't like working with the guys. Like I just don't think that they're up to par with where I'm at, and not in an egotistic way. It's just I just have a bigger vision. I want more. I want deeper connections, and because I want that, like it pushes me to realize that, hey, you don't need to prove these people anything. Like you don't need to prove yourself to these people. You don't need to show that you got your shit together. You don't need to do that. And um I think it's because I would be posting things or doing things trying to show to the world that what I'm doing is valuable. When I don't have to show, when it doesn't have to be valuable for everybody, you know? Like it's valuable to you, that's all that matters. You don't have to prove anything to anybody. You like all you gotta do is believe in yourself, and like the proof, like you are the proof. You know what I'm saying? Like if you resonate with that specific thing, it means that other people resonate with it too. Doesn't matter how many, there's at least one more person that does. And and so I want to draw the attention away from the people who you used to hang out with the people who are still around you. If those people do not resonate with you, then they really aren't your people. And I think, and I talked to one of the members of my community about this because he was struggling. He was saying how he, brought up his story to his they're like co-students. They were in a circle just sharing research findings or whatever. And like he shared like he had a chronic illness and they just didn't know how to treat it. Like how to treat him, they like looked at him differently. And like they were looking at him with pity. And I told him, I was like, bro, you just are talking to the wrong people. And that might just be it. You might just be talking to the wrong people. If you feel like you need to prove yourself, it's because you're talking to the wrong people or you're taking the wrong approach. Maybe it's like either one of those things. So you need to first like refine why are you doing this, really get to like the heart of what it is that you're doing and why you're doing it, and understand how you resonate with it. First off, why does this matter to you? And not to anybody else, just to you. Why does this matter? Why should this be brought into this world? And if you can give me clear answers to that, then you will, get through anything. And like the second point I said is like you might just be around the wrong people. You might, if you feel like you need to prove yourself every single time you show up, if you have to, there's always a constant struggle for people to listen to you, a constant struggle for people to like actually find what you have to say meaningful, then you're in the wrong place, bro. And I wish I had learned it sooner because I remember being with my ex-girlfriend and being in the room with these guys that were my roommates and speaking to these things that I was super passionate about, and I would just be too much. I was too much. It's like I was like fighting this war and I'm the only one doing it. And I was so passionate about it, but nobody else cares. And I just seem like this dude that's just too much. And you know what, bro? Like fuck that. Like be too much. You're allowed to be too much. You know what I'm saying? Like people, if that's the reason people don't like you or don't want to be around you, then you're hanging out with the wrong people. Because you deserve to be with people who actually share the same passions as you, and actually see the bigger vision, and that's been why like most of my friendships don't last, because when I evolve and I grow, I just let go of whatever doesn't serve me. I just get tired of it. You get tired of saying the same things over and over. So I think this is super important because I would have walked away from my ex like years ago. The moment if I had the same commitment to myself, the same belief in myself that I do now, I would have walked away in an instant like that because I would have known this person isn't for me. And it's the same thing with like old friends. I hope that moving forward, I'm able to let people know, hey, this is what I'm about. This is what I want to create. Are you about it or no? And that's how it was with my wife. Like that's why we're together because she understood the vision. She understood what I wanted to do, and she was about it. So there, like my reality is showing me that just by me speaking raw on the camera, just by me not having to get these crazy edits, do anything crazy, fancy or nothing, I can reach people's hearts and they can connect with me and they can see what I have to say as something of value. That is all that is needed. Just me speaking from my heart and speaking authentically, I can reach thousands. And if this is what my reality is presenting to me, then I have to take that information and run with it. I have to be like, okay, like it first began with me just not expecting anything out of this, and I had to speak my truth because I had no other place to do it. Now I have a place to do it. So so it came from me realizing that I don't have to be more than I am. I can just be myself, and people will come. I just have to create the space, and people will come. And it's the truth, and it's what the universe is showing me. So you don't have to prove yourself to anybody. You can always choose to walk away. You can always choose to embody a better self and ask for higher standards, choose better standards, and don't have this need. Like, don't create from a place of needing to prove yourself. Create from a place where you just truly believe in yourself, where you just truly believe in the thing, in your dreams. And if you can create from there, then you will find the people that are on your journey and who are meant to connect with you. So yeah, hopefully this is helpful, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, peace.